YouTube channel, Mind of the Youth. And today we have something interesting, and we tagged it or we named it marriages. So with us here, we have two. You might have seen him before, but he's new here, and he goes by the name Tolu Adeke.
Hello.
You're welcome. Yeah. So we are just going to be picking some questions like we received, and we feel like we should share it and our opinions also. So
I'll read the first question. If you are earning 180k monthly in a remote area and your fiancé is earning 35k monthly without any spiritual cases attached, what will you do as a woman if your fiancé insists you move to Lagos because he's your husband? So, what can you guys say about it? I always go first. I get smile.
Okay. You are in 180,000 and you in a remote area, and your fiancé is in Lagos
It's earning 35
and he insisted that you guys should move to.
no, that used to be Lagos. He made it earning 180,000.
Okay. Now what I say about it is there have to be mutual understanding between you. Before you can make such should I say such conclusions or jump into such agreements, you have to first of all put some factors in consideration. For example, you cannot be living in a remote area when you don't have a sufficient fund to make your life go normally in an urban area like this without you having sufficient funds to do so. Most times when people say they are going to the city, most especially Lagos, Lagos now, Lagos is like the Nigerian London. Like, so if people make up their mind they are going to Lagos, what they think of is their perspective or their opinion, but they are only oriented to go to Lagos. Exactly, but it is not like that. That is why most people, when they come to Lagos, they end up living the kind of life that is below the standard they expected or they set for themselves. So what I think about it is, if they have mutual understanding, though I believe the husband's salary is lower than that of the wife. The thing is, if the responsibilities they agree that okay, you are earning more than me and I am earning below what you're earning. If they can have agreements, I don't know if they have children or not, but if they if they are still cutting, it is very important not to also consider the future. If they move to Lagos and they are, I believe maybe a 3-bedroom flat or 2-bedroom flat in Lagos State can even cover his salary. Understand? So what about feeding and taking care of the children in case they come, and miscellaneous if you have visitors? So one of the things you need to put in consideration is, will I be able to maintain my standard of living that I want, that I set for myself if I move to Lagos? And if they agree and they are able to, no problem. And if their responsibilities, they can share it amidst themselves, and their salary can cover their whole their should I say their financial needs, no problem with that. But if you know that you cannot do all those things, it is better to be a rich man in the village than to be a beggar here in the city.
Yes.
So it is just it has to do with you. If you know that you and your wife, you can agree that the responsibilities, the wife is usually the homemaker while the husband is the breadwinner.
Yeah.
If you can agree that the job of the breadwinner, that is providing financial support for the family, since the husband's salary is not enough, if the wife can join you in order to maintain your standard of living, no problem. But if you don't have mutual agreement on that, I will strongly advise that you don't do such. But everything all ends on the couple's agreements.
So what do you have to say?
You see, like seriously, let me be realistic. It is very difficult for you to tell a lady to live where she's earning like 80,000. Okay, how would this sound to her? Because some ladies are like, how will you tell me this kind of shit?
Yeah.
Coming to that place with this huge amount of money. No. But as my brother have said, it's based on the agreement between the both of them.
Yes.
If the wife knows she can cope with it, but to me, my whole advice is that it is much more better for that husband to move to that place.
Yes.
That is it, because the standard of living in Lagos is extraordinarily high.
Very.
And looking at things, no, it's different. So, but if the both of them knows the like, if they can come to a conclusion between themselves, like, okay, yes, I will manage, and if she should manage, I think she should not manage and die. But if she knows she will manage, she can go with it.
Okay. Well, actually, like they said, to me, it is. They have to come to an agreement, and it is a thing. If they are in if they should agree with one another, it is a thing. The husband can just, like, the fiance, or the fiance can just move to the place where his fiance is, and even before their marriage, he can just work there to earn some money at least. Then maybe when they are about to get married, fine, they can now move back to Lagos. At least they know they have something that can sustain them. So, like they've all said, both of them have said, actually, it has to do with the agreements.
Okay, that's it. You have to understand each other, have that mutual understanding between yourself. So our next question, for the second question. On the birthday of my husband, not my husband, I took him to a house I've built for him as a gift and as a surprise package. To my surprise, he flung the key back to me and went back home. The question is, who is right and who is wrong? Okay. On the birthday of the husband, the wife got him a house she already built for him. It was like a surprise party. Then the wife gave the husband the key, and he flinged it back to the wife and went back home. So the question is, who is right and who is wrong?
Okay. If I may ask, where were they living before?
I'm very sure they will be comfortable where they are living, because the wife will build a house for the husband. So I'm very sure the house where they are living.
Was the house built like where they were living? Was the house built like
Was the house
built like where they were living? Like, don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, like where they are living presently,
Yes.
like before the wife got the house
yeah.
they wanted.
probably for the both of them? So let's just imagine it's for both of them. Let's just take like for an instance.
Let's just take for instance.
Now, the wife should get the house for her husband. Oh, that's even me myself, I don't know what to say. But the thing is just that. To me, I feel it's just a surprise, and it's not necessary for the husband to be there, since they have where they are living and they are very much comfortable. It's not necessary.
Okay, but what if it's the other way around? Like the way they're staying is just like a rented apartment, and the wife goes to the husband for a house for 30 kids. Is it right for you to just do that?
You see, even in the Bible is right. Like, there is nothing wrong in it. A wife getting a house is as a birthday gift. It is a birthday gift, not that So now, if the Bible says so, it said, wife, they are what? They are helpmates. Helpmates. So if one is not financially okay, like if the other is not financially okay, it is the right of the wife to what? To help him. So it does not really depend on the husband to carry everything. Is the breadwinner, you have to do everything, you have to do, you have to do this. No. We are there for each other, so we are there to lift each other up. So to me, a wife getting a house for his husband as a birthday gift. Please let us understand that birthday gift. Birthday gift. And that house, not that it is only the husband that will live in that house. No. Both of them will live in that house. But let us hold this point very well. Ladies are very how will I put the English? I don't want to insult ladies. Ladies are very which
Delicate.
yes, unpredictable. Because they might just wake up one morning, hey, she be the house we are living, I built it for you, something like that. So to avoid something like that, because some of ladies, because you will see ladies I was watching a video I think yesterday, and they were making some analysis about ladies. Like ladies are kind of, they do have this mood swing. 1 hour happy, 5 minutes something else. That is how they are. So it is for, if you know you can cope, if the husband can cope with the insults that is attached to it, like the insult that is attached to it, no problem. But if he knows he can't take some guys, they don't like ladies insulting them. Like me, I don't like it. I don't like ladies insulting me. So I love staying on my I don't like passing my time when it comes to ladies issue, because so if the guy knows he can bear it, if something of such should come up, no problem. But if he can't, I will suggest he should not move him. That was my opinion.
Okay. I want to view it from two different aspects. The first one, he said the house they were living before was for both of them.
Let's imagine the house.
If the house they were living before is for both of them, then I don't see anything wrong in the gift. This issue we are having here is the issue of genetics. I mean, there is this perspective, there is this orientation, there is this natural feeling, natural belief that has been wired into the system of man, as in the masculine, the male gender, that we are superior to women. So it is an issue of ego, but it depends on the kind of man it is. Some people, I don't think giving your husband a house as a birthday gift on his birthday, I don't think is something bad. At least you did it out of love. If you don't do it for your husband, okay, well, you might do it for someone else, but doing it for your husband at least is one of the ways you express your love for him. So for him to reject it is an issue of genetics, is an issue of mentality, because he believes that he should be the man over you. And one of the things that men hate or something like that is when women, when they insult them of their responsibilities, like you are not carrying out your responsibility, something like that. So they are now insulting you, and the man knows that if he should move into that house, there is every possibility that will happen. So I think that is what he's trying to avoid. And one thing again is that, as I said earlier, it depends on the mentality or orientation of the man. Though we all have that ideology that the man is superior, but if you can understand the perspective from which your wife is coming from. For example, you are living in I'm just giving it as an example, in a 1-room or 2-bedroom apartment, and your wife is able to build a mansion, and she gave the key to you on your birthday, and you refuse it. The issue is, will you leave a house whereby there's a running tap for you to wash your clothes, for where there are washing machine to assist you in doing your things? Will you leave that house to a house whereby you carry cake to go and fetch water?
But a man will surely follow his instinct. Now let's take assumption of what you said, you might be living in a house that is not good. Okay, why can't the man will feel like, okay, at least you should be able to tell me we have been living in a one room apartment for years and you cannot even tell me that, okay, I have this money or I'm constructing this building or I want to do this or I want to do that. You understand? A man will be like, no, she should at least inform me, okay, you have this amount of money and you invested it in building a house. You didn't even invest it, you've built a house and we have been living in a one room apartment for I can't really know. So what do you expect the man
at
to
least
do
the man
about
can
that?
serve for himself. He can help himself. See, ladies are very funny. Let us be sincere with ourselves. Ladies are extraordinarily funny. We are just few, like I'm not saying ladies are somehow, they are very much good. But just few of them has this fear of God in them. Just few. Not everybody has the fear of God in them. Because you see, they might be so fun to the extent that they might start telling their friends that I built that house.
Yes.
I built that house.
Yeah,
It
it's
is-
both ladies do actually.
It is possible I build the house, okay, no problem. But we also need to. You said something earlier that some ladies they will have such money and they will not tell their husband that they have that kind of money.
Yeah.
Now, for them to be having like a source whereby they get money from to build such a house and not tell their husband is another matter entirely. But for your husband to know that you have a source whereby you get money from and he does not really know what you are doing with it, that one is still hearable. Because you said she did not tell her husband that she's building the house. That is why it's a surprise. So she building the house in his name and giving the key to him on his birthday is
Okay, eventually if they move into the house, what if the wife start using it like as an insult? Probably the husband is not financially buoyant or something. Those kind of things. The husband might not want to move into the house probably because of ladies. Okay, I'm not saying one of but ladies, they at times this price comes in and they start saying things and like, yes, I built the house for him. So probably the guy is actually trying to avoid stuff like that. That's why he actually reject the house or something.
that would be the more reason why he rejected it. I see no reason why he should leave that house for the house he was living before, just because he doesn't want to. Maybe just trying to protect his, let's say, his stature, his image as a man, his integrity as a man. So that's what I think about it. But for her building the house, I see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, actually,
There's nothing wrong with her building the house. Seriously, there's nothing wrong with her building the house. But the other accepting it, I'm not saying it's wrong, but you must consider some factors.
Actually, I don't think it's actually wrong. Yeah, forget the fact that I talked about the husband might be actually some kind of angry also because the lady did not tell him she had money or something like that. But the document of the house is written in the husband's name and you made it a surprise. Other people were there, so you have no guts, as in no guts to even use it against your husband that you built the house. For crying out loud, use it as a surprise. So it is for him.
It is this thing is simple. He built the house, no problem, and let's assume he accepted it. No, it is possible for him to accept the house. They will be living where they are living before, and that other house will be on rent.
Simple.
So
Yeah,
it is
it works like that actually.
exactly. So I see no reason why the husband have to. If you don't want to live in the house, you want to protect your image, no problem.
Okay, sorry. What if the document of the house does not carry the husband's name?
So why is it a surprise for the husband?
Ladies are very. That is why ladies are very very funny and funny.
Since it is for your husband and you built it for your husband, then your husband's name should be on it. If your husband's name is not on it, then how is it a surprise? How is it for your husband?
Okay. Now, let me start an example. Okay, on the document of the house, one of which is Mr. and Mrs. So. That indirectly the wife still have right over the house.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now is it proper?
For him to accept the house.
Yes, when the document is still carrying the husband's the wife's name, and you said it is a surprise to the husband.
This thing is simple. Let's not complicate issues there. It is a surprise for the husband, but the document, it is Mr. and Mrs. that is there. You can agree, yes, I like the house, thank you very much, I appreciate what you did, but I cannot live in the house. And the house will be for rent. The money that is, I'm very sure the house the house must be a standardized house, I believe.
Yeah.
So at least for one flat, maybe 300,000, you can even with that money build another house. I mean, something like that. It's not necessary that you live in the house. At least it's not everyone that build houses that live in the house.
Yes.
You can accept the house, put it on rent. After that, you'll be taking the rent and you appreciate your wife for it. Simple. But as I said, it is also depends on mutual agreement. You know, some wife might also be egoistic. Like we have a better house. Why should we be living there? But as you said earlier, it always pays as it goes that wife should be submissive.
Yes.
So what I believe is submissiveness, mutual understanding. How would I put it? They have to concur or concord. You know that you know to make things go on smoothly. So that's my own opinion about it.
You know, like just conclusion that like if a wife, I feel if your wife is submissive enough, there's nothing stopping you from putting your husband's name in the document. And the husband too, if you don't want to stay in the house, there's a way you can politely say it instead of throwing the key. And so this thing just has to do with understanding. If you understand each other, then I think there's a theory.
And you can also
and also for men, there's a way you can put your ego aside, so you not be living below standard when you have a better life where you can live somewhere else. So I said earlier, we are wired that way to be egoistic, but at the same time minimize it. Don't let your ego, don't let it, how will I put it, don't let it such change you.
My ego goes wherever I go.
And also, guys, if you also have anything to say, just drop it in the comment box. So the third question for today: the wife has 1 million in her account. The husband has 300,000, and they want to pay their child's school fees, which is 200,000. The husband asks the wife for 100,000, so he also can contribute 100,000. The wife disagreed. So the question is the man wrong for asking? Is the wife wrong for declining? Who is at fault?
Now wait, the first thing is the husband, the asking. Is it that he requested for, he borrowed it, or he just give me?
He's requesting.
Irrespective, say borrow,
He's actually requesting.
He's requesting.
Yes.
See,
Okay. See,
I don't see anything wrong in this for the husband to request for money. Now, we're talking about our child school fees meal. Like our child, like we gave birth to the child together. It's not as if I'm using this for a business project. This project is our project, like our own project. So I don't see anything wrong in me asking, okay, give me 100,000 from you.
He said something earlier. He said the husband is the breadwinner, the wife is the homemaker. So why can't the husband just pay the money and let the woman just keep cooking?
At least when he pays his 200,000, right? See how
the point is, wait. You said the wife has 1 million naira, and the husband had 100,000 naira. So how do you expect him to pay her?
It is 300,000 naira. At least when he pays
Okay,
200,000, you have
100. Okay. Now, you see, let's leave the fact. Okay, the wife had 1 million in her account, and the husband has 300,000. Now, after paying the child school fees, now, if you maybe the lady needs to plait her hair, please put yourself in a position. Will you request from your husband or take it from your own purse?
to make my hair.
Yes.
Of course, I take from my own purse.
From your own purse. See,
But actually, in some cases now, it's actually better than requesting.
Yeah,
and you are fully aware that he has 100,000 naira left with him, and you have 1 million. See,
He's a breadwinner of the family.
Wait. You are selfish. Like seriously, you are selfish.
It's not selfishness. He's the breadwinner. Yes, the wife is the homemaker, so he's a breadwinner. He should provide everything.
See. The terminology breadwinner and homemaker is just something we make up by ourselves. Thank you. When God created us, He said the woman should be the helper. So if the man is not capable enough, I don't see any reason if the wife has the means to assist him not to. At least you can. For example, you talked about plaiting your hair. If you want to plait your hair, you have the money. and you want to do it, you go and do it yourself. No problem about that. But if you want to collect, see, a good woman, how would I put it, a virtuous woman doesn't always depend on the husband.
Yes.
See, the husband might not even be around, and you pay the child school fees. What you do is, let's bring it down to stew and soup. When you know some people, you want to buy ordinary matches, you meet your husband. No, good man doesn't do that. You do it, you cook it. When your husband comes, you serve him. After you finish serving him, as he's eating, caress him. Tell him sweet talks.
You get the money back from it. That is it.
You don't. Your husband is coming from where I am, holding his shirt. He doesn't. No. But in the case of the school fees, see, I see no reason why the wife should not lend her husband that money. And in some cases, the how should I say, the responsibilities are shared equally. Yeah. And in some cases, the wife also is the breadwinner instead of the homemaker.
Okay, she's not lending the husband, she's giving actually. And you mentioned that ladies are the helpmate.
Yes.
The lady helps in giving birth to the child, for crying out loud.
Okay, so ladies are there to just give birth to
exactly.
She gave birth to the child, she went to the stress of carrying the child and
this is
giving birth to the
serious.
child.
Okay, thank you very much. You sent me to a bank to Daddy sent me to bank yesterday to cash money. The fact that I helped him to cash the money, does that make the money mine?
No.
Exactly. So if you are saying she just helped in bringing out the child, that means she has no right to claim the child, since he's just an helper. Just an helper. Yes. There is no connection between them. Excuse me. A woman that gives birth to her mother also have equal responsibility on the child as the husband.
Yes.
You don't. Okay, why is she called the homemaker? Not just to take care of it, to give the child food and all those kind of things. There are sometimes that the woman also needs to help in financial assistance. You don't expect a man to you pay the house rent, do everything, and when you are broke, you know, we cannot just be straight. We cannot be straight now, you know. So sometimes we be broke. You understand? Like a line. So the wife, if she's in a better position to assist, I see no reason. I don't want to use the word. I see no reason why she should not assist him. At least it is how will I put it? As the Yoruba adage goes, we are helpmates. So we should just assist one another.
No. See. The thing is, for a good woman, like a good woman, can pay that school fees on behalf of her husband. Now, this logic, see, guys or men, let us be serious. There are times that there are little things that ladies will do to you, and even though you don't have that money, you don't mind borrowing that money just to give it to them. So if the lady should pay the child's school fees, there is a lot of logic. Once the lady should notice, okay, this man has money, no problem, like has money. There are things you will do that no. I have to give you this money. So ladies know how to collect their money back from their husbands.
To collect extra, even to collect
extra. They know those laws. So there is nothing wrong if the lady can just pay the school fees and know how to collect her money back. That is just it. So you telling me
Okay, guys, bottom line actually. Me arguing doesn't mean like I'm the leader. You just have to know. You just have to we used to add some skill. So actually, ladies, like we've heard what they've said. Actually, there's nothing bad in you helping your husband. We are helpmates. So you also, everybody's just to help each other. So okay. We're just thinking. Let's drop this last question. You can just drop your what you think or what you feel in the comment box. Now, a couple, they've been married for 20 years. Yeah. Then the husband fell sick and they discovered he had the kidney failure. Now, they said the wife has to, like, he needs someone to donate the kidney for him. Then the wife said she was going to donate the kidney to him. Then that day the wife got home. I don't know what she was looking for in the house. Then she saw the husband's bill. She saw the husband's bill that the husband had he has a wife outside with 3 sons. And she has 3 daughters. And the family is like a family that really cherish male child. So the family has been disturbing the lady that she should give birth to a male child. The husband has been telling her that don't worry, you don't really need to have a male child and stuff like that. Then she discovering that the husband has male sons, like not even 1, 2, 3. and he also has a wife. So he willed 90% of his property to those people. So he willed 90% of his property to those his sons and the mother of his son. So and he willed 10% to his wife and the daughters. So if you were the one, what will you do? Will you still donate the kidney to him or not? So you can just leave your opinions in the comment box. Thank you.
So guys, everything we said today is based on love, understanding, and submissiveness. Yeah. So guys, every singles that are ready to mingle, it doesn't. It's not only your feelings alone doesn't mean you are ready for marriage. So when you know you can stay with this man, you can bear his attitude, you can go through everything with him.
You need to be submissive because your feelings alone, your love alone doesn't hold the marriage, and you need to have the fear of God.
Well, what I would say is be very careful. Like as she has rightly said, the feelings alone doesn't mean it's the right man for you.
Yeah.
If you go and should I say, as Yoruba used to say, if you rush in, you rush out.
Yeah.
No, you don't rush out now. You died here.
Exactly. Yeah, I've not been in a relationship before, but I know what I'm talking about. So you gotta believe me.
You know, singles that are ready to mingle, you know, you need to tangle with your
With reasonable and responsible
Youths and singles, I mean male singles that are ready to mingle, sorry.
No, sorry, please. Oh, I need to say this. Especially for baby. Now, if you are trying to maybe in a relationship with a brother that will lead to a marriage, don't be too desperate about marriage to him. Because some ladies are like, oh, when are we getting married? When are we getting married? Don't be too desperate about it.
It's a lifelong commitment.
And when he has not said anything yet, don't assume. He has not said anything. Don't assume. So,
the book of Ephesians 5:21 says, "Wives, be subject to your husband." Sorry, wife, be subject to your husband as to the Lord, for the husband is the head. They said the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. And another verse said, "Husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church and give himself up for her." So
you just really need to be submissive. Everything you want to do as ladies, be submissive.
So that's the end of today. If you have any contribution and also the question, answer it in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe
And also hit the like button.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Okay, thank you.